Hello, fourth graders. Today we're going to do our math notebook page. You'll have some practice time and then we'll review those before we go on to homework. So let's go ahead and get our math notebook page out. Perfect. Have this page glued into your math notebook. And we're going to get started with talking a lot about word problems. We're going to try and make word problems less scary. Because when we see them, we kind of panic and freak out and start to hyperventilate sometimes, right? There's just so much going on. So we're going to start with kind of reviewing some vocab words and what to look for to help us know what kind of math we need to do. We're going to talk specifically about addition and multiplication comparisons. Sometimes they're going to be addition ones, and sometimes they're going to be multiplication ones today. So let's look at how we can tell the difference. So let's start with multiplication. When we're going to compare with multiplication, we're looking for phrases that say times as many. Like she has 3 times as many cookies as him. Times as many. When we're doing multiplication, we want to say, let's say that example, 3 times as many as 4. So we know that we're starting with a 4. And we know there's 3 times the 4. So we're going to have 3 times our 4. Okay, you see how we started with our 1. The 3 times tells us that multiple, 3 of those boxes. Now times as many as 1 4. So we have 4 3 times. Also known as 3 times 4, which would equal 12. So we're looking for times as many, and we might want to draw these pictures or this multiplication problem to help us solve it. Now let's look at when we have addition. Addition's phrase is different. It's not going to be times as many. We're looking for when it talks about more than. When we're comparing things, more than, okay? Like with subtraction, we say less than, like 6 less than 2 is 4. When we have subtraction problems, we are looking, let's say we have 8 more. Oh, I got a little bit off than 4. Say we have 8 more than 4. This time, we don't know what our group is because addition, we're trying to find our missing part. But we know we have 4, right? And we know we have an 8. So 8 more than 4. So then I know that more than means 8 more plus 4. Now that's different than multiplying. We gotta add these. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 would be the answer, our sum. Let's do these practice ones together, okay? So Sam has 4 times as many hats as Olga. Olga has 21 hats. How many hats does Sam have? First, I'm looking for one of those phrases that we're working with. Times as many or more than. Oh, I see. Times as many. Good. Did you find that? Let's underline that. Now let's circle those numbers that we're going to use. 4 and 21. Now, let's do a squiggle line under our question to help us remember. What are we trying to find? How many hats? Hats. So that's why they have the letter H. H is for hats. We're trying to find H. Now we're going to come in and fill in the missing spots. H is blank times as many as blank. How many times as many was it? Let's look back at our problem. 4. 4 times as many as, what was that other number? As Olga. Let's keep reading. Oh yeah, Olga has 21. So 4 times 21. Now to find h, we have to multiply, right? Because times as many means multiply. So I'm going to set up my work here on the side because I want my final product to go under there. 21 times 4. Well, we remember how to do these multiplications. 4 times 1 is 4, and 4 times 2 is 8. So h is 84. If we want to add a label, even though that h means it, we can add hats. I'll never get mad at you for adding hats. Let's try one more. Okay, so this time we're going to first look for that phrase, like times as many or more than. Kyle has watched 238 movies. Jason has watched 49 more movies than Kyle. How many movies M has Jason watched? So we're looking through this time, and we're looking for, I saw something, it's a little different. It said more movies than. Does that movies really make a big difference? No, because we still have that more than. Good. All right, so we know now we're going to do something related to addition. All right, now let's circle the numbers. 238. Jason's watched 49 more movies than Kyle. All right, now squiggle the line. Our question, how many movies has Jason watched? Because we know Kyle's number. Kyle's watched 238. But we know Jason's watched 49 more than that. So we need to find M is 49. What's that phrase we're using? That's right, more than. 49 more than 238. So to figure this out, we know that he has more. Well, Kyle starts with 238, and Jason does 49 more. You remember more than means to add, so let's add those up. 8 plus 9, that would be 17. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and a 2. So, how many movies has Jason watched? 287 movies. That's a lot of movies. Hopefully I didn't watch them all in 1 week, because I don't think it can even possible to watch that many movies in 1 week. All right, so what I want you to do is practice these 4 problems. If you feel like these were really, really fast and really easy for you, you can try more practice problems in your book on page 330. You don't have to do this, okay? The little light bulb kind of means it's an idea. If you finish really fast and are looking for more challenges, you can try them on page 330. All right, so you're going to work on these 4 and then unpause the video when you're ready to look over those answers. All right, so this time we've got Amber. She's got times as many, 89 and 3, and squiggle line for our question. Well, we know K is 3 times as many as 89. K we have to find, so we have to do 89 times 3. Well, let's see. 9 times 3 gets me, sorry, besties. Nope, just kidding. 9 times 3 gets me 27. Carry my 2, my 7. All right, then we do 8 times 3, which is 24. Remember, we got to add the 2. So that's 26. So K is 267 knots. All right. Tia, we know she sells more newspapers than, and she has 292, and Tess sells 117. So how many newspapers does Tess sell? N is 117. What was that phrase? More than 292. we need to find n. So we should have had 292 plus 117 because it's more than t, and t's number is big. All right, so 7 plus 2 is 9. 9 plus 1 is 10. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. So we should find it's gonna be 409. 409, and a label would be newspapers. All right, let's look at the next one. Kent has 48 markers. Sharon has 8 markers. So this one was a little different. You had to figure out Trent has blank times as many. So we're thinking kind of backwards on this one. Okay, the hint was to look for keywords. Times as many tells us to multiply. But we know Trent has 48 and Sharon has 8. Trent has more, right? Looking at that. So if Trent has more, we're trying to figure out how many more groups. Well, we're not going to multiply, because if we multiply 48 times 8, we would get 384. He doesn't have 384 times as many markers as Sharon, right? That's a lot more. So what did you figure out we might need to do with this one? We actually needed to divide. So we needed to do 48 divided by 6 to figure out how many times it would be. And 48 divided by, not by 6, by 8 equals 6. That's what I was getting my 6 from. So Trent has 6 times as many. All right, and the last one. Lucy has 317 bottles. Craig has 82 bottles. Now looking for keywords. Lucy has blank more bottles than Craig. Well, more than tells us that it's something kind of to do with addition. But this time we're trying to figure out how many more. Do we know what that group is? We don't. So just kind of like on this other one, to figure out how many times we use division. To figure out how many more for addition, we might need to use subtraction. So let's do 317 minus 82. 7 minus 2 is 5. 3, borrow, 11 minus 8. 8, 9, 10, 11, that would be 3. And 2. So it should be 235 more bottles than Craig. More bottles than Craig. All right. So I hope that went okay. I know those last two are tricky, but once you realize I need to find times as many, I'm going to do a division. And if I'm going to need to find how many more, I need to use subtraction. That'll be helpful. On your homework, page 331 and 332, you're going to do problems 1, 2, 3, which are just like what we did, okay? Then 6 is a lot like that last kind of challenge one where you have to think a little harder, use that brain. And then on the back side, 9, you have to figure out how many trumpet players. You're going to want to use that chart. And 11, you have to figure out all of the sentences that show addition. Okay, that show addition. Let me know if you have questions. Otherwise, I will talk to you soon.